Howdy, howdy. Alaric Hutchinson here, also known as the Zen Cowboy. I'm an expert in human behavior and a lover of Zen philosophy, and today I wanted to combine the two and talk a little bit about why and how doubt can be a very beautiful thing. Without doubt and questioning, it greatly limits our learning, insight, and capabilities of understanding. When we are so certain about beliefs about ourselves, about other people, about institutions, etc., what's fascinating is that it actually leads to a great amount of inflexibility and it causes us to suffer. Who's ever gotten just so mad at someone before that disagreed with you? What's fascinating about that, it has nothing to do with the other person agitating you. It has to do with our own inflexibility with our mind. We're not allowing spaciousness. We're not allowing deep listening to occur. We're not allowing deep understanding to occur. And often, due to our lack of mindfulness, we end up hurting other people with our words and our actions. When we're able to listen, to ask questions, to explore, even if it's something that we don't prefer, and even if it's something that we're uncomfortable with, it's a beautiful thing because think about that for a moment. When we're uncomfortable, those are actually the times of greatest growth. Think about all the times that you tried something new. Generally, didn't work out that great the first time. Maybe there's some of you that first time on everything is fantastic, but for most people, we struggle and we have a challenging time, but as we get more familiar with something, the more we grow accustomed to it. Now I know some people might put up their hands and say, but there's a lot of things you may not want to grow accustomed to. And that's okay too. It's okay to have our preferences, but at the end of the day, are we wanting to cultivate a world, a life, a reality that there is a greater amount of peace, understanding, and joy? Or do we always want to feel triggered by life, feel triggered by other people, feel triggered by other belief systems? And again, it could be cultural, religious, political, all across the board. My invitation is to invite spaciousness. Invite spaciousness in our certainties. Rather than claiming things as absolutes, inquire. Ask questions, grow, or lean into the discomfort, lean into the uncomfortability-ness. Is that a word? Uncomfortability-ness. These are just some tips that I literally practice every day, and I can vouch that they work. I really don't get triggered by people. I don't get triggered. Obviously I have my own ideas about how I would like to see the world progress. But at the end of the day, when there are other people that may disagree with me, or I see things even that are causing harm, I do not lose my peace over it because I'm creating the spaciousness in these certainties. And I love listening to people of with different viewpoints. And I love to explore their life story and how beautiful that is, because just like me, they are alive and enjoying this miracle of being alive on this planet. And so rather than getting combative about differences, it's always an opportunity to expand ourselves. And I do believe that when we're able to cultivate this together as a society, we're only going to see greater things. I'm going to go ahead and end with a quote from my book, Living Peace, that kind of summarizes everything we talked about today. Some people have the confused idea that peace can only occur when all the colors on a palette are the same. The actuality of peace is accepting each color's differences and seeing the beauty each possesses. Peace is the freedom that comes from individuality and the co-creativity that arises from cooperation. When you are red and at peace, you can appreciate blue and not need it to become red like you, and vice versa. The color not at peace wants all the colors to be like it so that it can experience peace. Black and white photos have a beauty of their own, yet the world as a whole is one filled with other colors. And in order to paint a complete portrait of the world, it is necessary to use every color in existence. It's time we accept all the colors, even the ones that are not the same as we are, and not the ones we choose to use to create our own individual portrait. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you found some inspiration or some insight out of this video. Just a little bit more about me. For the past decade, I have been teaching peace. It's literally what I think about, breathe, and live every single day. Even as a teenager, I was obsessed with this finding ways to cultivate inner peace in our lives. And that's where my book, Living Peace, came from, which if you're interested, the copies are available on Amazon. You just type in my name and type in the title, Living Peace. But other than that, I'd love to hear from you. If there's any questions or any comments, feel free to post below. And maybe in the future, I'll do some other video topics as well from any questions I get. Wishing you much peace and joy, as always. Blessed be.